Welcome to this week's meditation practice. This week we're going to do a repeat on a meditation I've done before, but we're going to do it at a deeper level, and we're going to address everything that has inspired me about this meditation. This is a meditation I've been doing for nearly 10 years, and it has evolved over time. So what I am presenting today is the full realization of it, the most inspired vision I have of it today. I hope you enjoy it. I will be presenting this meditation in 2 parts, but it will have multiple opportunities for you to pause and write. I suggest taking advantage of those. Allow the process to occur over multiple days, the whole week, if necessary. Be willing to go deep. This is a meditation that can significantly transform your life. So I do recommend taking full advantage of it. To begin, I'm going to ask you to relax in your chair, on your yoga mat, lying in bed, sitting in nature, wherever you find yourself today. Allow yourself to relax into the moment and allow the picture of a path to appear in your mind's eye. The path could be in nature, or it might be on a city street, could be in a different realm of existence. It could be in a place that seems real, or it could be part of your own imaginings. Cut that part, fix it. Back to real. It could be a part of a story you've read, or even a creation of your own imaginings. Not imaginings. Imagination. However you see it, feel it, or hear it is perfect. Just know before you there is a path. As the path becomes clear in your mind, see yourself walking upon it. Don't get caught up in why Don't get caught up in what you see along the path. Today is not about the path itself. Just allow yourself to follow it until it comes to an open clearing. As you come to the clearing, notice that within the clearing there is a large body of water. The water could be a pool or a lake. It could be the ocean or a puddle of rain. The size of the pool is not important. Just see the pool before you and allow yourself to move to the edge of it. As you look upon the surface of the water, begin to see images of your deepest fears. Go back. Begin to see reflections of your deepest fears forming in the pool. What are you afraid might go wrong in your life? See the images you often try to avoid during the day. Remember, nothing can hurt you here. These are just reflections in a pool. This is your chance to finally look at what you fear and recognize it. They cannot harm you here, so allow yourself to really look at the things you are afraid of. Are you ever afraid things won't change? Or are you afraid they will? Are you afraid of who you might lose in your life? Or maybe who might come into it? Are you afraid about money or friends, or maybe a partner? What are your fears? Fix that. What are the fears you see reflected in this pool? I want to give you a few moments to write There are questions accompanying your meditation in the program. So if you'd like to pause the video here and take some time to write out what are the fears you see reflected in the pool. Are there any other fears you have that you don't see reflected there? You don't see reflected there. Pause the video for a moment and write your fears. As you come back, fix that. As you return to the pool, allow the images of your fears to fade from the water and see now your dream life. See the moments you wish for. You might see pictures of your life if you had all the money you could ever need, or if you had the perfect relationships, the perfect family, the perfect friends, the perfect partner. See everything you could possibly hope for reflected to you from within the pool. See what is on the surface and see what is deep within. What are your deepest desires? What do you crave? Is there anything you've hoped for that you've abandoned? Dreams of your childhood, teen, or young adult life? What hopes have you had? What hopes do you have now? I'm going to give you another opportunity to pause the video here and to write. Again, there is a question in your questions for contemplation where you can write the answer. What are your hopes? As you return to the pool, the pictures of possibility in your life are clear. See everything now. All floating together within the pool. Both hope and fear exist in the future. This is the consciousness of possibility in your life. Allow yourself to see the way the hopes and the fears blend together, and maybe even reflect each other. Oftentimes with every hope we have fear. And with every fear there is a hope for something better. Allow yourself to realize this is the essence of what you think is possible. Your hopes and your dreams all come together to help you write a definition of what might happen next in your life. Now imagine for a moment that you are a person standing on the edge of this pool, a stranger who has walked up to find it here. These are not your hopes, not your dreams, but the dreams of someone who doesn't know the person that is revealed in the contents of this pool. Observe the hopes and fears. Look over your notes. I'm going to give you a moment. I'm going to give you an opportunity to pause the video in a moment and do some writing. When you do, go back and look over the hopes and fears you've written as if you were a stranger, as if you didn't know the person who answered these questions. What would you want to say to them? What is your perception of this person as a stranger? How do you perceive their life experience? And what advice would you give them? What would you want them to know about themselves or about life in general? You can take a moment now and pause the video to answer these questions. They're also available in your There is a section available in your questions for contemplation to do your writing. You can pause your video and do that now. Now, as you come back to the pool, I would like you to come back as yourself again. This is your pool. It is filled with your hopes and your fears. I would like you now to step forward into the water. Again, this may feel difficult for some, but remember you are safe here. Nothing here can hurt you. This is a meditation practice. If you need to, for a moment, reconnect with the room or do some soothing practices. But as you feel ready, step into the water. Feel the texture of it against your skin. Feel the emotion of it as it saturates you. This is the place you've always been. It may or may not be comfortable as you step into the water, but it is familiar. It's always existed within you, even if you did not recognize it consciously. It tells you something you've always known about yourself, and that's okay. Whatever it's saying, it's okay. It's just the story of who you've been. You are not bound by anything it says. So allow yourself to completely submerge yourself in the water. Get the overall essence of it. Is it filled with mostly fears? Is it filled with mostly hopes? Or is it filled with fears? How do you feel in the water? Do you feel safe? Or is it threatening? Work your way to the bottom of the pool. Again, whatever the size of the pool is not important. You could be swimming to the bottom of the ocean, or simply be reaching your hand down a few inches to find the bottom of a puddle. Whatever you see, whatever you experience, feel yourself moving to the very center of this pool, to its deepest place. And I'd like to read, again, some of you may not see images, and even if you do, go deeper. Experience the colors, experience the colors, or hear sounds, or connect with the feelings you have. Allow it to come to you the way it comes, and then take it deeper if you can. This is your soul speaking. Take the time to listen and to sit now in the experience of the deepest part of your pool. How does it feel to be here? Again, there is an opportunity to pause and write. There are a few questions. In the questions for contemplation, so you can pause the video to go write how it feels to be in your pool now. Holy cheap boy. Return now to where you are sitting at the bottom of the pool and notice the story around you. Allow yourself to just look at it and see your picture as a whole. This has been your life, and it is valuable. It has been your story, but it is not your whole story. It is your current experience, but it doesn't need to It doesn't need to define your future value. It may be everything you've come to know about yourself, but it is not all of you. You are so much more than your history, and you are so much more than your perception, and something deep within you knows it. As you sit looking over everything you've hoped, as you sit looking over your hopes and fears, as you recognize how this is only a part of who you are, as you accept this is the story of what you experience now, but it is not everything that is possible. I want you to connect with the floor beneath you and notice that there is a plug. However the plug appears to you is perfect. Just find where it is, and as you do, recognize the opportunity before you. Reaching down now, pull the plug and watch as the water begins to drain. Feel yourself letting go of the feelings you felt, releasing the pictures, releasing the reflections of your hopes and fears to flow with the water. As you stand or sit or kneel at the edge of the drain, feel yourself letting go of everything, the images, the thoughts, the feelings. These hopes and fears do not define who you are, so let them go. And for this part of the process, I would like you to pause the video. And as your meditation continues and the water continues to drain, I'd like you to write out every hope you've ever had, every fear, everything you want to release today. Write it all out. You can draw it in pictures or scribble it onto a piece of paper or draw it or write the words that reflect it. However feels best to you. Write a page or pages. Write everything you need to write to let go of your hopes and fears, to pour them onto the paper as they drain from the pool in your meditation. You can pause the video to do that now. As you return, I want to give you the opportunity to let everything go, recognizing and allowing the feelings we've had as we've watched the pool empty. I now invite you to tear up the paper, the notes you wrote. For some, releasing the past may be a blessing. For others, it may feel like a loss. But I want you to recognize what it is for you. For all of us, holding on to our story is what limits our potential. We don't need to understand why things happen the way they happen. We don't need to try and predict what will happen next. The images we saw in our pool were a reflection of our rules. They are every limitation, every struggle. And even if they are joy, they still limit. They are still limited to what you already know, and may be what is keeping you from an even better possibility. Again, letting go of our hopes and fears does not take away who we are. The essence of who you are is within you. You carry it with you everywhere. You are not your hopes. You are not your fears. You are not your history. You are so much more. So I want to give you a few moments to be able to shred that paper, and then to be able to return to the questions for contemplation and answer the questions there about how it feels to let go. And as we return for the last part of the meditation, I want you to connect again with yourself at the bottom of the pool. The bottom of your pool. It's empty now. And you can take a moment to notice the emptiness. But as you look over, that part right. No, that part is done. Cleanse, rotation, education. There it is. I'm going to go back, way back, and return to the empty pool. See yourself there with the plug in your hand. And as you do, you notice the feeling of a drop on your arm. And as you turn your face to the sky or the ceiling or whatever is above you, you see a storm has gathered. And that first drop you felt is followed by a second and a third. Until a series of drops begin to fall. See them fall, feel them fall. Just a few drops at first, washing the residue from your body. Then notice how the rain increases. Eventually coming down in a heavy stream of water. A torrent, washing away anything that might have been left from what was once in the pool. See it washing away the rocks and debris from the edges of the pool, from the bottom of the pool, from your own body. Feel it saturating your skin, going right to the bone, washing away anything that remains of your hopes or your fears. Pouring down on you like buckets until everything feels fresh and clean, until everything is washed away. Pause the video for a moment if you need to just sit in the downpour. But as you feel ready, as the rain has washed away the residual of everything that was in the pool, move again to the bottom of your pool and return the plug to its hole. As you do, allow yourself to feel the sense of a new possibility. Watch as the pool fills with the fresh rain you feel pouring over you. As the water continues to rise, you can swim if you like, or you can simply revel in the beauty of the way it washes over the surface of your skin. Feel the clean, new potential of what is growing in your life. And as the pool fills, allow yourself to savor it. Swim or float or lay yourself upon the bottom and feel the fresh, new, the fresh, clean water around you. How does it feel to be in this new life? How does the water feel? How open is your mind? What is your potential? As the last question of this meditation. Hey, wake up. I'm going to write that in. As the last question of this meditation, I would like you to give a detailed description of how you feel in this pool. You can remain in the pool and savor the experience of it, or you could sit on the shore and look at it. Against the clearing. Not against the clearing. As a whole, take time to describe what the feeling of this new space. That is where I'll leave you for the week. And I would like to remind you that if it is difficult, it's okay. It should be difficult. Articulating the deeper truth within our being will always be a challenge. So just describe it the best you can and spend as much time as you can in contemplation of it. Next week, we will be doing a course shift meditation. Until then, I hope you enjoy your journey.